So this is kind of where we left off. And I was just using my black arrow tool to kind of bring down the size. And as you can see, it's actually cropping it. So what I was thinking is I could, there's quite a bit of fog here. I can crop off some of this fog so that I can have a little bit of white there, separating the two images like I do on this other example here. It's going to look a little different, but I think I actually really like this. And then, so I think I'll add on that extra screen of color rectangle tool. It will work really well. So we'll click and drag, and then we'll bring in maybe kind of we could use that same color maybe. And then we'll use the effects panel and just kind of, I think multiply is looking pretty good. I mean, we can continue to go through the line. Some of them are going to look better than others. I think I did like the multiply so far. Color burn's actually pretty cool too. Maybe I'll just leave it on color burn for now. So as you can see, it's not Command plus zoom in. It's not quite lined up, and actually it has a stroke on that box, which I didn't want. So if we click on that outline color and go to apply none, we can get rid of that, and I can move it down so it kind of perfectly aligns itself with what I have below. So Command 0. If I push Control or Command down, I'm on the blue square. If I push it down again, like just keep holding down Command and push on my mouse or trackpad, I'll get back down to that pine forest JPEG that we brought in. Okay, so that is looking pretty good. I have it on W. You can push W to kind of really see what your canvas looks like. Push it again. I'm going to click and drag. I still am on my black selection tool, so I have both of these things selected, and then I can kind of use the arrow tool to tighten up tighten this up closer to the red background so that this little white line isn't quite so thick. Okay, so that's pretty close. Now we just need to add the type on a path, basically. And I think this text is, let's see, I think this is air conditioner. It's kind of a retro font. If I push W, we can see it a little bit better. And I do have like this one bike chain graphic too that we might want to bring in just as an extra little element. There's also this logo, but let's just work on the type on the path for now. If I click here and I do my ellipse tool, I want to do type on a path on a circle shape. So I'm just going to go ahead, push shift the whole time to get a perfect circle. It already has like this black outline, but I'm just going to fill it in so I can see it better. And then I'm going to position it over my bike wheel. I'm going to make it roughly the same size. I'm going to push shift down just to make it a little bit bigger, but roughly the same size as my bike wheel. And then you go to your text tool, click down, and you can do type on a path. And if you click on the path of your circle, you have to be on the path until you get that plus sign basically next to the little cursor that you have. Click on that, and then we can do, hopefully I spell it right, Lincoln Peacemaker. I keep on wanting to call it Pacemaker because it's a bike race, but I kind of think of keeping pace, but it's Peacemaker. And I think it's Peacemaker as in, it's a reference to Clint Eastwood. They called him the Peacemaker in this one movie. And that's kind of why we're using the image of Clint Eastwood for this. But I'm going to kind of just size it up. I did a shift command right caret, I believe, for my keyboard. But you can also just highlight that and use your up and down arrow key up here, or in your properties panel. You can do it right here. So I'm going to change this font to air conditioner. I might just start typing it in. So if I have that highlighted, the Minion Pro highlighted, start typing in air conditioner, it'll come up. And I think I actually downloaded this from like DaFont or something.com. But you can also use, if you come in here and do find more, you can use like your fonts from Adobe fonts. And then if you want to, sync them up, you just activate them here. and then you can use them. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use my air conditioner font because I already know what font I want to use. I think I had it in white, and then with a kind of a stroke around it of orange. So this is the color of the font, the fill color. If I click on that and bring it to the forward, bring it forward, I can just make all these 0 to make white. Or you can also use your swatches panel over here and just click on, you know, white over here. And then if I go to the stroke color and click on that, I can actually kind of go to like maybe like a lighter orange and push OK. And then if I get off of this, you can tell that it kind of looks like the way I want it to, but Command A to select all the font, or you can just triple click. And we want to make this stroke wider, I believe. So if we go to our properties panel, stroke should be in here. I'm probably just going to have to make it maybe 4. We can click on stroke to get a few more options. I might actually change the align stroke to maybe the outside and just make sure it's on the outside. And then after we click up, we can kind of see what's going on. Is that kind of how I did it? How did I do this? Let me check this out. So I think basically I just need to make this like 7 points. And I think I have it set to the same thing. So that should be similar to what I had on the other one. Yeah, that's looking better. Okay, I'm just looking at my other file. And then I can actually we can actually just get rid of this black on the inside of the circle that we did type on a path. And we need to get rid of the stroke color. So make sure both of these are set to apply none. We need to be clicked on the text that we applied to the circle using the type on a path tool. So just make sure you kind of make that circle basically kind of disappear. One thing we can do, we can just grab this. You can actually grab these little things and grab these little things and we can move them around a little bit to change, you know, the positioning. You can also kind of come to the corner of it till you get this little kind of, I don't know, cornery looking thing. I don't know how to describe it, but you can kind of grab that and twist it around to where it kind of will fit nicely. So I can click on this and kind of bring it over. And then if I push W again, I can kind of see my canvas. As you can see, I'm getting really close to the edges, and it's not quite lined up. So I'm just going to grab it, kind of try and make it, I don't know, kind of perfectly. That's pretty good. And then maybe I'll just click and drag and select everything, and then use this free transform tool, push shift, and just size everything down just a little bit because everything's just too big. It's just not fitting in the space very well. We just want to make sure it's pretty well centered. We can also use this align panel and then do, let's see. Oh, I can't remember where it's at. Make sure everything's completely centered here. But yeah, that's pretty good. And then maybe I will just grab the bicycle and the blue circle and Clint by clicking and dragging. I also have my text selected, but if I just push shift and click on the text, it shouldn't be selected anymore. And then I can use the free transform just to bring those down so that they're inside of the text a little bit better. And then just kind of, I don't know, try and make that space in between the wheel and the text kind of uniform and even throughout while still centering it within the canvas as well. So I'm thinking that's probably pretty close. And then we can do the same thing on the bottom. So I'll just make another circle. I can use the same one that I did before. So if I do Command C, Command V, push W so I can see off to the side. Let's see, what kind of text did I use here? This is, it's called, oops. Sorry, my, There's too many layers. It's called abolition. Okay, Command Z. Okay. So if I change this to I should have it. I think I had it on regular maybe. And then I had it kind of white with, yeah, just white. And I think I might have had it on like a kind of a bolder. I might have put, does this come bold? No, I might have put a white stroke around it. So if I go over here and push paper and then make the stroke like, not 7, but like 1 maybe, just to, you know, kind of give it a little bit more, maybe a little bit bigger too. And then, so it's totally not at the right place right now, but we can grab this little, this thing here and just kind of, you can move this around. You might have to experiment a little bit. There's 2 of them, so this is actually the end of it. So sometimes it might be that this one is too close and you get this little red thing. It just means you need to grab it and make more room for the text. So this is getting a little closer to where I want it to be, but not quite. So I just need to go in here, go to type on a path, and then double click on that, and then we can actually put it on preview. Make sure you have it on preview. And then if you flip it, is that what I did? Or did I do... There's different options. Most of them are not so good. Rainbow seems to be the one to go with. I think I did ascender and I might have done flip together to get this to work. Push OK. So there's different options in there. You just have to put it on preview and kind of play around with it till you hopefully get what you're looking for. And you can do other path shapes. It doesn't always have to be a circle. You can do all sorts of different types on a path. It'll go on any path, any shape that you have, really. I think maybe what I'll do is I'll grab this and just kind of make it kind of so that this space and this space are roughly equal. And then if I push W, you can see we're getting closer to where we need to be. Oh, and I need to change the text. Mountain bike race. Something like that. Like I said, I kind of want to make these the same width. Yep, and I feel like this is a little close right here, so I'm just going to grab everything and then just use my arrow tools to just to kind of center it a little bit better in that space. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. And then we will kind of add in some of the elements down here. What we'll need to do is we'll need to find this kind of chain link icon. And basically I could just look up bike chain icon. Bike chain icon. Google Images. Doesn't necessarily need to be super high resolution. I think it actually took me a while to find this specific one. I might have actually gotten it from this. I'm not sure, but because I wanted one that was just straight. They have all sorts of different ones, like this one's not straight. But anyways, we could spend some time in here finding the right icon, but we might, just to expedite things, we might just show you real quick from the file that I have saved. Create this. We're just going to go to Illustrator. We'll do File, New. We got the 8.5 by 11 CMYK high resolution. Create, and then we'll do a File, Place, and then we'll bring in this icon that we found online. Click that in, and then we'll just do an image trace, expand super fast, and then I can delete out this background. Oops, did I expand this? Oh, I'm on the wrong arrow tool. Click on that, delete that, and then now we have, you know, this nice icon that we can use. And we can just straight up Command C, go into Illustrator into our document, and then do a Command V, and then we can bring that in from Illustrator. Sorry that was fast, but I'm running out of time.